Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Rideshare Parallel Universe. My name is Roberts, and today we're going to talk about a nice little scheme that Uber likes to do quite frequently. It likes to take away acceptance points if you log off while you're not on the app, if you logged off during a busy time that they need drivers. I had this happen to me yesterday. I had 3 rides yesterday. 2 locally, 1 long distance to DFW Airport. Whenever I got back, I washed my car, I cleaned it up, and then my first ride right off the bat was off north above Waco Drive. In an area where Uber loves to give discounts. It is also an area where you have your most unfriendly passengers of Waco. So I logged off and I went home. I guess Uber felt that I should have stayed on the roads a little longer because I'd put gas in my car up in Dallas. Paid more up there than I would have down here in Waco. And I guess that it felt that because I used my Uber ATM card, and like I've stated in the past, Uber tracks gas purchases via its ATM card. If you ever notice that whenever you use this card and you put gas in your car, all of a sudden you'll start getting a whole lot of rides. But they won't be close rides. They'll always be distant rides, just under, so that they don't have to pay you long distance fees. They're trying to get you to use up that gas. All right, put miles on your car. Well, I saved some gas for today. As a result of it, I lost an acceptance point. I have had this happen more times than I can count. I call them out on Twitter for it. What's important to note is these are one of the things that, something else too, is if you've made a lot of money during the course of a week or a couple days, Uber will do this practice too to slow you down on your rides because you're making more money than putting miles and using up gas in your car. So they'll do this to slow you down for a couple days to attempt to get you to stay out on the roads. And it's a common practice that they do. I've called them out on it time and time again. But not only that, they're getting ready to report their earnings for last quarter. And so now they're preparing for the next quarter. So they've been taking more and more money out. My first ride of the morning, they took $7.80 out of that ride and paid me $11 and some change. How can they justify taking that much money from a ride when I drove 2.4 miles to the ride and then I carried him 12 miles out? See, this is what I don't understand with Uber. They produce nothing. They make no product. They make nothing consumable. They simply offer a service. So that they cannot claim that inflation is killing them. How is inflation killing you when you don't produce anything? All right? You're not paying for electricity here where we drivers operate. You don't pay for gas. You don't pay for anything but provide an app for the drivers to use. And then Uber gouges the shit out of us. More and more here lately, I'm really considering walking away from Uber. I think I pretty much had Uber as the source of my high blood pressure. Why my weight is all over the place, stress and anxiety issues. It's becoming to the point to where it's not even worth it anymore. And it's making me this is why I make videos like this. It's because it's becoming, they try to lure you in with what appears to be good money. But the games that they play, it's not even really paying my bills anymore. Because I have so much overhead going out. Gas. Bills at home. Shit like that. And they don't care about any of that. You talk to these people, they're someplace overseas. They don't care. They don't have the same kind of expenses we here in America do. All right? Their cost of living is completely different. But they don't care. They pretend that they're doing tickets to get a problem rectified, and they're not doing anything at all. They're pretending. And the more and more that I do this, the more and more I need to update my resume and actually send it over to Amazon and see if I can become a delivery driver. It's just, yeah, it's not worth it. And if you're considering becoming an Uber driver, I would think twice about it. I really would. If you want to put really excessive miles on your car, if you want your back seats to be stained up, if you want people inside of your car that are rude and mean, then Uber's the place for you. But they cannot justify taking an acceptance point from me last night after the fact that I logged off and I went home and I started drinking beer. They act like that you're not entitled to have a life. You don't pay me an hourly rate. You give me no benefits whatsoever. But yet you feel that you're justified, Uber, by taking points away from me, trying to prevent me from making money. And just yesterday, I got an email stating that I was one of the top drivers in Waco. And then you turn around and do this to me. Now that I kind of think about it, every time I get that notification, that's what they do. To try to get me, to try to force me to drive more. Well, it's not going to work. I'm actually logged on to Lyft right now. I'm waiting for a ride to come up with Lyft, because if Uber's going to play its games, I can too. I mean, it's not a problem for me. So it's no harm, no foul here, because I know there's rides in the area. So y'all have a wonderful day. Soak up everything that I've said. And drivers, if you're having a problem with Uber, you might want to look at a different way to make money. Because Uber is a failed system and it's getting worse. So y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you.